All right. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Black Opinions Matter, motherfucker. My name is Amin Hassan. I'm joined as always by JuJu, Jerv, Jason, and Glasses. No Trey today. He's out on assignment. Don't ask what the assignment is. The nigga just can't make it. Excuse me, the brother can't make it. Sorry, Jerv. Hey, we got a great show for everybody today. We just got the rundown of words we can't use, so I'm going to
Let's
try
say
to
it's
do my
nigga in
best.
Wait a
that
minute,
list.
is N-word off the table?
Yeah,
No,
we
no.
Oh, it's not.
Ironically, nigga and the hard word R and R are perfectly okay.
Oh, we're
Niggas are
good.
not getting
Okay,
thrown
it's
out.
Trump's
yeah.
America.
Irony.
We
This
back.
is America, y'all. This is
Yeah.
It's
America.
America. We're just making sure we're still in America. I thought it changed. I'm gonna get
All
worried. Hold up, what's going on?
We got a great show today. We got LeBron versus Stephen A. I see Jason ready to put on his LeBron jersey and defend. Oh, how dare that man say something about his son and all that. We're gonna get into all of that. Also, the stripper cop. I didn't dig too deep into that story. I'm gonna let y'all take it over. But basically, there's a cop who was stripping and she got caught. Also, is Anthony Edwards messing up the bag? We'll give you details on that. Do we think Dr. Umar really hasn't ever had sex with anyone who isn't black? And the cancellation of Around the Horn. But first, www.patreon.com/count the things. Make sure you're locked in. You're getting the extra content. You are getting this to the live show, which is coming. I believe the date has been solidified. I don't want to break it yet, but the date has been solidified. We got a date, we got a location. I'll give you the city. It's Los Angeles. And so if you are a Patreon, you get access to the tickets first and you get access to discounted tickets. That's two great reasons right there. But also we get to watch alongs. I know we're rewatching Rhinestone Cowboy, me, Zach Harper, and Anthony Mays on Monday afternoon on the West Coast. So make sure you're locked into that. You get the special edition episodes, you get the access Discord, and so much more. Patreon.com/count the things. Make sure you are in there. All right, let's get started. I didn't want this topic to get lost in the other topic, so I saved it for the top. Today's March 9th. The greatest rapper of all time died on this day. What's your favorite Biggie track? Let's go. We go. Remember, the Notorious B.I.G. died 1997. So that's 28 years ago today. He was gunned down in L.A. on
Fairfax and Wilshire, right by the
Fairfax and Wilshire.
Peterson Auto Museum, not too far from where I'm at right now.
Can I say that? Can I have a favorite Biggie song, but also a favorite Biggie verse?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
No, you can. Matter of fact, no, off the table.
Off the table. Fuck.
Pick
Nah,
one.
My favorite Biggie song is probably "Who Shot You,"
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's
and,
a great
and,
one.
and a lot of it has to do with just me just being a kid and making up my own conspiracies and when it came out. And I mean, I don't care that, when I found out the truth and how everything came about later, but like at that time, that's just what I thought. So, and he bodies it. But my favorite big verse is the fucking 4 bars he spits on Queen Bitch with Kim.
As opposed to the other bars that he wrote.
That
reference,
Yes.
the reference track, man. That broke my mind. I remember the first time I heard the reference. You never heard that?
No, but why? Yeah, I mean, I heard it, but we knew that though.
But like just hearing it for the first time, hearing "got buffoons eating my pussy while I watch cartoons."
Well, yeah.
Like hear Biggie say that, it's like, ew.
Well, yes. That part was kind of weird.
Jason, what you got?
Man, I'm still thinking. It's tough. I mean, I love Story to Tell.
That's a great one. It's all by Anthony Mason, not John Starks. Everyone thought it was John Starks.
Yeah.
Anthony Mason.
But I don't know if that's my one because what's the Warning is one of the best story songs. I remember
movie.
Yeah, I remember I have this great memory because I didn't know that song that well when it came out, but it was playing in the barbershop in New Millennium Barbershop off of Crenshaw. One day I was in there getting my hair cut, and there was this fat barber who rapped along the whole song, and it made me go check it out. And I was like, damn, this is one of the greatest story raps. because the way how animated bro was in the shop while it was going on was so captivating. I was like, man, this shit is crazy. So I think that's one of the greatest top 5 story rap songs ever.
Yeah, man. That's my favorite.
Why are you shaking your head, Glasses?
It's not.
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
Oh man, no, it's incredible.
It's
incredible. It's incredible storytelling, and it's lyrical as shit. I remember, like, what I love is him doing the different characters, right? He says when he talks about your man back at
his nigga Pop from the barbershop.
No, but the original person he's talking about, and he says, "Nah, love wouldn't disrespect." I didn't say him. He's schooled me to some niggas that you knew from back when, right?
Right.
The guy he's talking about, the guy who he said who wouldn't disrespect. That's Little Fame from MOP.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
So like years later, I found out, I was like, oh my god, he's got like real people in the story and shit. But that my favorite part of that song is when he says, I got the calicos with the black talons loaded in the clip, so I could push through. Like, oh my god, that whole like him kind of his rhythm, his cadence, the word choice, all that shit, man. And then the great storytelling. That's my favorite Biggie song. I can hear it a million times, and it's got one of the greatest starts to any song ever. The pager going off, like, who the fuck is this?
This paging me.
Yeah, high school we used to talk about this all the time. Just walk in. Who the fuck? Just that was how you would enter a room.
Yeah. Did you ever use that on your? You got some of you guys are too young for this era. Amin, I'm gonna just ask you: was that ever your answering machine?
Of course, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
And then you pot it down a little, and the music's still playing. Like,
yeah,
yo, you've reached the me. You know what to do.
One of those definitely went platinum on answering machines.
Oh man.
That's a dope. That's a dope song. That's a dope story. It ain't top 5, but it's a really good story.
What's top? Wait, hold on. Before we get to your favorite song, what's top 5 for you? Just off the top of your head. Don't gotta rank them. Just give me 5 that you think are better.
Just a Friend. Today Was a Good Day.
That's a great one. You say Just a Friend. You talk about Bismarck.
Bismarck.
Okay.
Just a Friend, Bismarck. That song.
You got
Mind Playing Tricks.
Children's Story.
Mind Playing Tricks. Probably Children's Story. Then probably Regulate.
So this is why I'm
not mad at that 5.
I'm not. It's a great list. I'm gonna push back on Mind Playing Tricks because they're telling 3 different stories.
That's what makes it so sweet. It's so sweet, bro. It's so I know what happened to all of them dudes. Everybody knows what happened to all them dudes.
That's like Halloween fell on the weekend.
See, I put Warning where like murder was the case, kind of like second tier.
Murder was the case. Another great story song.
That's a great story.
It was like second tier. Like,
who was it that posted that in the chat? Them playing on the porch.
I did.
That was Glasses.
That was fire.
You can tell Snoop was off for that performance.
And it's still because when he come out of the wheelchair, it reminded me of when he performed it all the way back when, and he came out the wheelchair. That was a sick moment. But it's not about Snoop today. Glasses, what's your favorite Biggie track? Yeah,
Big Papa, man, Big Papa. I know I can go to all the B-sides, talk about all the B-sides. Yeah, I know every record. I know all his albums. I know all his features. His feature list is impeccable. Verses impeccable, but man, nothing is like Big Papa, bro. Like Juicy is probably his greatest song, but Big Papa is just like really when you saw everything that Bad Boy epitomized, man. Like this big old nigga was on them hoes in that spot, and he was popping it, and you just knew like, oh, this nigga gonna be special. Because Juicy came out the gate and it was big here. Like it was big the first, like it was big immediately. Like they like Puff and the Hit Masters, they got it in the Hit Masters, excuse me. What's the name of that? Tony Pope. No, not Hitman.
No, Track Masters.
Track Masters.
Yeah.
That you could tell they nailed it. Like Juicy was fire. So but you know, like I had a hit record. Like you can have one, but when they came back with that remix, that Big Papa, you was just like, oh, this nigga's a problem. And to be popping at the hole, still like popping it, still like extra witty like that and clean and limited words. That nigga was special, man. That nigga's nice. nice.
That song was the transition, right? Because if you listen to everything prior to that song, it was hype Biggie, Juicy. It was all a dream. It was up here, and then like Big Papa was, I'm gonna be the cool nigga now.
And that was
So all the
Rakim.
ladies,
That was him tapping into his Rakim. You know what I mean? And
that changed him. That changed him from like a rapidy rapper to this is a commercial artist, like a huge commercial artist. The video was fire.
Yeah.
Like it was
the One More Chance remix. I was like,
oh yeah.
Oh, that's my shit.
That was gonna be my one. Was the One More Chance, because that's the song from Biggie I still listen to the most. That song is a perfect
remix.
Boy, that the bars, boy,
yeah. The way they flipped that was.
See, Big Papa, I knew he was going to like again. Artists could get one, man, but to get two,
yeah,
you know what I mean. Like in that second one, you could just tell, like, oh, he's a real problem. Like, you know, you heard Party and Bullshit. Like he was one of those East Coast artists that really made it to the West, pretty much even Party and Bullshit in certain small like the Craig Mack remix, you know what I mean? You knew he was dope, and Juicy, he was like, okay, they got a hit. This is dope. But just like Craig Mack, you didn't know if that second was gonna come, but Big Papa hit, you was like, oh, this nigga is insane.
Yeah. JuJu, what you got?
I always go to just instantly Who Shot You. That shit is always a hit. You feel me? Cause that beat just so epic. But I like him on the kick in the door. I like it's a lot of shit that he got. You feel me? It's hard to narrow it down. I even like the shit he did with Shaq. You feel me? You can't stop.
That's that verse is great. Along to a living, my DC women.
Yeah.
Shaq was getting all. I remember like, oh, Shaq got in the bed. All right, Shaq. All right, Shaq.
That shit was hard.
Shaq, even the song with the rap, bro. Remember that Biggie song? That shit was, man. Biggie just didn't miss, bro. Like he did Biggie and Bone. He just didn't miss. That's so sad.
That joint the Trey Lee.
You think his age too
killed over there. Right. People don't even die over there. Right. You knew it had to be some professional shit. Nobody die over there. Nigga don't even take that shit over there.
What's beef? All that shit go
gets
crazy.
Killed over there, Jay. Who the fuck dies over there?
I mean, you know, I mean that I was silent because you know what it was. It had to be a setup, bro. It was no way.
The baby oil man.
Yeah, that was not no drive by. You know, niggas love to say drive by and all that type. That was not no drive by.
That was an assassination.
That was Alonzo at the end of training day.
King, dog.
That was Alonzo at training day.
I've told this story before, but Shaq tells a story. He said, so when the movie Notorious came out, remember, we had an advanced screen. I was working for the Suns. We had an advanced screen. So we were like, oh, it's dope. We're going to get to see this movie. And Grant Hill was like, yeah, you know, I was at that Vibe party, right? And we're like, what? He's like, yeah, because he was dating Tamia at the time. Tamia was, Quincy Jones was her godfather. So they went to the party and then like they ended up leaving early. They saw Biggie and they saw Lil C's and everybody there. And then they ended up leaving early. And so we're all like, wow, that's crazy. You saw Biggie like 20 minutes before he got shot or whatever. So then the only person, Shaq was sitting at the other end of the locker room. He said, that ain't nothing. I'm like, okay, here you go. Because, you know, Shaq is he one-ups everything, right? So what you got? He said, me and Uncle Jerome were at the tattoo shop on Sunset, and Lil C's and Biggie walked in. And they said, what's up, man? What's going on? Nothing much. What y'all getting into? Nothing much. What y'all getting into? The Vibe party tonight. And I said, don't do that. and then he sat back in his chair like I tried to tell the nigga, but nobody ever listens to me. I'm like, hold on, man.
That's crazy though, because don't nobody get shot over there. I mean, like that ain't even somewhere you get shot at. Like you,
I know. I've been there. I've been like it's right up the street from the dime, right?
Like street people from Los Angeles know not to take shit over there. You going to jail. So whoever did that was professional, man. I feel so bad.
And they got away.
Bro, that was a professional, bro. That wasn't like no regular, I'm mad at y'all. Y'all killed my homeboy. That was like straight up Martin Luther King motel shooting.
Did y'all ever see that what's that Johnny Depp movie that came out on the John?
Oh, I never watched that. I should watch that. I never watched that.
Yo,
is it good?
Yeah,
so Pirates.
Come on. And I started
Glasses. Do you have a theory on
City of Lies is what it's called?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's on Pluto TV. It's free.
Yup.
I mean, I wouldn't really
what, vocalize that on the internet?
Not vocalize it, but it's like, you know, I wouldn't even say it privately. You know what I mean? Because it's like,
right.
That's a lot to put on somebody, and it's serious. So it's like, you know, you want to believe you know what's going on, but I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I know what it wasn't. I know that wasn't no gang members. I know ain't no gang members got away with that. Them niggas have been in prison. Whoever did that, they know the layout of what's happening. They knew exactly where everybody was gonna be. That would be a tough thing just to get off. You know what I'm saying? And get away with. Like, I wouldn't even, like, if I was mad at somebody and I needed to pop somebody, I wouldn't do it there. Like, I'd have missed that opportunity, because that's one of those places where you just know it's way too much shit that's gonna go wrong right there. That's like, you know what I mean? That's the other side of town, and man, you don't really take shit over there like that. That's like do something in Beverly Hills. You going to jail, like you asking for it.
So that's curious, because I mean, it still happened. I mean, that kind of means you got clearance of sort, right?
I don't know if you can get clearance on no. Like I see all the police theories. It can't be that much clearance in the world. That just don't make sense. But whoever it is, they knew exactly what was going to be happening, how they could get it off. They had a really great plan, and that is not how. You know, I know some pretty rough gangsters. You know what I mean? Some pretty dudes older than me, dudes younger than me, some dudes, and none of them could have planned that. That's like big. You know what I mean? That was like a different type of statement. It was really like an assassination.
On some Day of the Jackal type.
Yeah, bro, that don't really make sense. It's sad to this day. I almost can't believe it, because it's like all the rest of the stuff that happens to rappers, you know, out west, I get it. That one is always one that puzzled me.
And it's interesting too, because it gets framed like the Tupac situation, right? Because they're so close. But I'm saying, because it was so similar in the actual, you know, the physical activity of it, a car pulling up on a car and what have you. But it's so different though. Like, if you know shit is so different.
The thing is, like, tied into the culture, every last thing you already know what happened.
Right.
P&B, we knew what happened. Pac, we knew what happened. You know, Smoke, Pop, we knew what happened. Anybody, we knew what happened. If they got shot, the streets, you know what happened. You know what I mean?
Triple X, Extacion.
Right. Man, even what happened to Dolph, when recipe,
right.
Yeah. Everybody knows what's happening, because we, you know, word is gonna travel. We know who doing what. That's the one thing that none of us really know.
Right.
I mean, even what happened with Draco, like, we all know what happened.
Yeah.
Like, the streets know what happened to me, but like, that's one that none of us knows what happened. Like, in there, like, not none of us.
Yeah. That's facts.
That's like wild. The people who know, that's why I know it's professional. It's not, you know, the thing about, you know, gangs, blah, 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 banging, whatever, like, you claim your work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if the person will say you claim your work, you know what I mean? It's a, you know, it's some level of justice, not like some bullshit.
Right. It's like a stripe or whatever.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you know not to play with them, and whoever did that, they got justice. That one is never, that's the only one that I'd have no idea what happened. Like, I have theories, but I have no idea what happened.
That's wild, man.
That's
a wild, especially when you think about, like, how many secrets are there left in the world?
Yeah. Not a lot,
right? Like,
Jimmy Hoffa.
We live it.
It's great. The people only the people who know. They still ain't found him.
Right.
They ain't never gonna find that one.
End of the stadium, right?
That's in the cave.
He alive in the cave.
You ain't found this motherfucker, man. So, you know, when you see that type of level of craziness, and it's over somebody like Big. Big wasn't even like, forgive me for a lack of better terms, he wasn't no threat to nobody, to no real. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna make the man completely innocent. He did get dogged in a video shot up and shit. He did some bullshit, but that is not how they would have did that. That's not how they.
I mean,
did.
that's why the prevailing theory is that this wasn't about him at all. It was about Mr. Baby Oil. That's
Man, and it's funny because that's
even
now
him. He wouldn't have got it off. Like he couldn't even. That
I don't know.
He didn't miss. I mean,
because that's
didn't miss. They put every round in him.
Right.
But I don't know. Like I'm not gonna put that on nobody. But it's interesting now that he's part of the like mysterious, like unsolvable crime people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
cold case.
Like he's one of those. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to put the Epstein shit on him, but I'm saying like he's in the camp of people where whatever happened, like we'll never know, and for some reason it's not ever gonna be released.
I won't lie, Jason. Like I thought by now we would have known. I'm kind of still shocked.
Yeah,
that
we don't know. Why is that, dog? Isn't that crazy?
Especially, you know, Glasses, you were like, he wasn't really a threat. I'll put it a different way. In the grand scheme of things, he's not really that important. Like, I know, maybe at the time, if you had told me 18 years old, however old I was when that happened, like, yo, this really doesn't mean anything. I'm like, what are you talking about? This was the entire world. But now, almost 30 years later, I look back at it like, it's sad. We lost out on one of the great talents who seemed to be trending upwards when he got shot. But like hip hop lived on. The art moved on, the world moved on, and it didn't really change much on how things happen. So why is that still a secret?
That's why I'm saying that's what makes me think it's professional. It had to be professional because that's the type of things you don't know about. When something happens professionally, you don't really know about that most times.
Yeah,
and that's usually not in our, you know, in street urban culture or in black culture in general. You don't really have a lot of things happening at that level professionally. It's usually things of passion and
right. Yeah. It's usually like you said,
that
usually
is
things
real
of
white people
passion.
Yeah, that's from like white people.
Right. And so that's the thing that makes it really interesting
like,
because why him? I mean, like what you saying, like he meant something to us. But it's like
I believe Tupac more than Biggie because Tupac was revolutionary in his content.
But that was more simple. You know what I mean? We even knew what happened right when it happened. Like when the nigga got jumped on, we already knew how that was gonna play out if they caught up. Like some of these things are standard. Like they happen to all of us. So
right. Well, I would say, but I was just saying in the sense that like if there was gonna be someone who was shot because
governmental collusion.
This nigga's getting dangerous. It would have been Pac or Chuck D or even Ice Cube before it would have been Biggie.
Right.
Since y'all went there, can I just throw a counter?
Yeah.
While we're looking at it as if like he was just ours or whatever the case may be, and he wasn't dangerous, he technically could have been dangerous in their eyes if you really think about it, because whether for whatever reason, him and one other man had an entire coast before the internet not fucking with a whole another coast. One could say they saw that and said he's got way too much power.
Quite the opposite. If I'm the
too much influence. Excuse me, not power. Too much influence.
If I'm the white power construct and I see niggas who are pulling the nigga kingdom apart, I'm keeping that going. I'm making sure both of them stay alive.
But he's young, so who knows?
There was really no East Coast West Coast beef. Like we just got to probably stop that. Like I don't know.
No.
You know what? I can't say about the East Coast. I don't know.
Right.
We wasn't not playing Biggie or no.
I don't mean it like I don't mean it like that.
On that.
I just mean more so like we took, at least on the East Coast, I can say we took a side. We were backing Big in the back and forth of their battle. That's what I mean.
But it really wasn't no battle.
But then Glasses,
but hindsight, yes, it was not a battle. But in the moment when it's happening,
he wasn't participating. Pac was still going out to the East. Nothing was happening. Like they didn't even pinch each other. All they have is long stories of long showdowns of nothing happening. I'm talking about.
I don't mean like that though.
No, I got you.
What Jerv is saying. Yeah, Jerv is saying basically like just the matter of influence, regardless of whether the conflict was real or not. There was an influence on The
And there were
entire thing.
tracks.
Yeah, I mean there were tracks.
There were tracks. I mean,
there's
well,
one
hold on.
track.
I was gonna say, Who Shot Ya is probably the most incendiary track maybe ever. Like, you talking about?
That wasn't
come
about
on, y'all.
pop.
But hold on, Glasses. Let's keep it.
It's not about.
Let's keep.
But
no,
I'm with
100
Glasses
though. Like,
bro. It's not about Pac, bro.
That's all. But y'all not being honest. But this is why I made the situation tricky, because so many niggas didn't want to be honest about the situation. Everybody knows what's going on, dog. And you release a song called Who Shot Ya that has these subtle allusions to you, but the song is called Who Shot Ya, and everybody knows who got shot. And that's the whole situation. So
that's not the whole, but that's not.
Come on, bro. How is it not
true?
The song wasn't about that.
We know it wasn't, but we know that the mental game that you're playing by doing
it wasn't even competing. It wasn't a mental game. They wasn't adversaries. They weren't even competing.
There were two tracks though, Glasses. There were two tracks though. There was Hit 'Em Up, the Hit 'Em Up track, right? Yeah. And then it was Big's half of a bar on
Brooklyn's Finest.
Brooklyn's Finest.
That is not.
But what about the freestyle that Biggie did when he was in LA before he got murdered?
That was from a song. That's still not.
Yeah. Everybody know that was about Weird Al Yankovic. Come on.
But Glasses, I understand in the truest sense and what you're about to say of it being. I'm just saying at the time, my 14, 15-year-old self, right, who only has the jukebox channel and then MTV and then what I hear on the radio, because I'm not in mixtapes yet. If all I'm getting is I see the video of Pop, if I hit 'em up, I get the mix, the half a bar on. That's all I have at that point. Like, to me, that's
Brooklyn's Finest. If Faith has twins, she's probably has to. That wouldn't even be a diss.
He's dissing himself as a self.
He's talking about himself.
Self-deprecating.
I got it. I'm saying, but he's at this time. We as fans think there's something, right? He's now now giving us a bar to let us know that we're not crazy for thinking that there's something going on.
No, yes,
right? Like, am I tripping?
He was always not participating.
But are y'all really trying to act like Who Shot Ya wasn't a direct?
No. It wasn't, Jay.
Yeah, like sub. That's the biggest sub we've ever.
Problem at that time.
What do you mean it didn't have a problem? When he got shot, he had a problem with him.
No, he didn't.
After
he got shot by somebody. He got shot over money. He shot himself. Jay, that's different.
Bro, that doesn't. Come on, Glasses. We know the series of events. But we know the series of events though that played out in the public eye. Why are we relitigating this? Come on.
Let's not do fandom. Let's just talk about what happened so we can at least be where they at. So we can at least think like where they at. Let's not even do fandom. Let's just
But I'm speaking from the culture's perspective of this series of events.
That's the ignorance perspective. Again, let's talk about what's going on. They don't even have a problem at this point, Jay. They don't have a problem at this point.
They do, guys.
No,
so you're saying
not when the song was created, Jay. No, it was not.
They didn't have a problem when the song came out. They didn't have a problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was no
somewhere out here. Somewhere out here, Trey is begging us to move on.
That's what I'm saying. That's why let's go. There we go. All right.
Let's go to a topic that I'm sure is going to be a lot faster. It's Stephen A. LeBron James. Stephen A. Smith. At the game, the shit went viral. Stephen A. said everybody's got to watch First Take. I thought he was going to light the fire. Instead, that nigga was all sad and shit. And I was like, come on, man. Why'd you tell me to watch this then? Like, right. I thought I didn't want to miss something. Instead, you could just gather around as I act all sad for LeBron. And so, Jason, you wanted to talk about the Lakers last week. We didn't have time. The floor is yours to talk about this or whatever else. Also, LeBron got hurt.
Yeah, now it's fucked up. I should have talked about him last week because now LeBron
no time like the present, Jay.
Right. Yeah. Now everything is in shambles. Luka's talking about he's playing in pain. Rui's out. Jackson Hayes is out.
Turns out playing hard every night. That shit sucks.
Right. So,
whoa.
I mean, I guess on that. But yeah, I mean, the Lakers up until last night when Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum decided to play 48 minutes of the game, we had the best duo in basketball for the last couple of weeks. We were on an 8-game winning.
Is that what it was?
Best duo. Yes, Glasses. I thought you were a Laker fan.
I'm a diehard Laker fan.
Just because you took the wrong side of the aisle, or the wrong side of the argument. Yeah, you did, brother. You did. It's recorded. It's recorded. We can.
You're right. 8 games, you was right until 8. You like
I don't understand this self-defeating. Like, why are you hating on your own team?
I'm not hating.
I'm not telling you to stay over there. You could come to our side, bro. Like,
I'm a Laker.
Be a fan of your own team.
To my side. Y'all over
LeBron is still gonna be on the team, bro. The trade deadline is passed.
Okay,
you
cool.
Can just let it go.
He's welcome to be here as long as he's here. And then when he leaves, we'll still be here. When y'all go, we'll still be here. We invited y'all open arms. Listen, I am proud of the 8-game winning streak or 7 games that the Lakers have accomplished.
It was an 8-game winning streak. We won 20 of the last 25 games. We were second place until last night.
I am proud of our squad, Jay. I am proud. I am impressed.
But yeah,
defense
right. We're playing defense. We have the top 5 defense.
It's gonna be bad. I mean, it's gonna be bad. You can't work professional athletes like that and this early before the playoffs start. That's a lot of work.
Well, LeBron about to get a week or so of rest, so hopefully it'll all work out
longer than that.
They said weeks with an S.
Yeah,
they said weeks with an S.
1 to 2 weeks.
It might be a lot of luck. It might close to be 2 to 3. Low
and by the way,
listen, don't wish that. Don't wish that on Bron.
Jason.
Yeah.
Jason, do you see the Lakers schedule that's coming up, by the way?
We gotta win this game. Listen, we gotta win this game against the Nets on Monday. That's all I know. Because
then help after that at Milwaukee, at Denver, then Phoenix, San Antonio, Denver again, Milwaukee again.
Well, Phoenix, San Antonio, I'm not worried about. But
see, hold on.
You're not worried about Phoenix?
No.
Without LeBron?
No.
Hold on, Jason. Jason, you understand something? A week
Suns
ago,
are a different type of ass.
A week ago, the Suns were like, you know what, our shit is done. Then Kyrie gets hurt, and it's like, our shit ain't over yet.
They lost yesterday in overtime to the Nuggets. They should have won that game.
To Jokic, who had y'all saw this. Jokic had a triple-double with like 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. And then if you go from the 10-minute mark of the third quarter to the rest of the game, he had a triple-double in that time too. So he basically had two triple-doubles in the same game. That's insane.
I told y'all Jokic is
pretty good.
Y'all didn't want to.
Nigga, I told you because that's who y'all niggas gonna see in the playoffs if you win the first round. You gonna play Denver.
That is what happened. I remember that.
And y'all were like, "Oh, they unlocked the secret to guard Jokic." I'm like, "Okay,
right." He just didn't shoot the ball. You know how niggas be hungover. Like nigga, he shot the ball twice in the first half.
Had a good come on. We had a good defensive scheme for Joker, but that probably wasn't gonna work 7 games or nothing. But it was good for that game.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about the Nuggets, man.
Talking about. So for the record, Jason, on March 9th, you're stating that knowing that LeBron's out 1 to 2 weeks, we think.
Right.
You're stating that you're currently still not worried about the Denver Nuggets.
Yes.
Okay.
Crazy kid.
Yes.
Duly noted, sir.
Yes. I will say that on live and on air.
And the Lakers win streak was littered with like bullshit ass teams, like kind of like Pelicans, Blazers twice.
Decent team.
I'm gonna kill him for it. Lost to the Hornets. Like, what we doing? Jazz lost to the Jazz. Like, what are we talking about?
I mean, look, I tell you one thing.
I mean, we beat the Knicks the other night.
Redick is coaching his tail off.
Win is a win, brother.
Redick is coaching his tail off, but I think he's really. Again, I'm a couch guy. Forgive me, JJ. I can't really critique your shit. I'm just saying I don't know if I would be playing this type of defense this early before the playoffs start. I think you got professional athletes, and you kind of got to make sure they fresh.
But, what is up with this new fangled concept of like letting niggas be lazy to win. Like, when has that ever worked in anything? Like,
when have you ever had this talking point other than right now? Because this nigga just the counter glasses. That's the only time I've ever heard you.
But no, I'm not. But I've never been a load management nigga. Like, I don't like that.
Not
shit.
load managing, but
not load management.
But it's a load management on defense. You encouraging niggas to have lazy habits. How does that?
Because you got two guys, you got one guy on your team coming off an injury and another guy that been playing for 30 years. I just would be a little bit more.
You gotta be right. In the words of Glasses, when the trade happened, he been playing for 50 fucking years. Like this shit gotta stop at some point.
Don't want to, you know what I mean? Like you don't want to push that. If you push him back too soon, like if you push him to come back too soon, you asking for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I sit bowl to the playoffs for real.
There you go,
as long
Jason.
as y'all make it. So when the Lakers be good team, it means nothing. When they lose, it means everything. Okay. Yeah, exactly right. Yes, MB. Yeah, it means nothing.
So look, I want to bring this particular point up to Amin. So the LeBron Stephen A situation.
Oh shit.
So the Lakers are playing the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers are down in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the third quarter, LeBron goes over to Stephen A, says what he says to him. Then they come back in the fourth quarter and win the game. Now, I feel like if it was anybody else, if it was, dare I say, Michael Jordan who did this, niggas would be saying this is some of the sweetest shit to ever happen in history. The nigga walked over, talked shit, and came back and balled out and hit some game-clinching shots. But because it's LeBron, everybody want to cry about it, and I just don't understand.
Who is crying about
Who's
it?
crying about it, Jason?
It's a lot of people
we got to make up a magic universe where Michael Jordan did this.
I mean, Stephen A. Smith is crying about it. That's for sure.
So, I'm gonna tell you right now, Jason. Number one, Michael Jordan didn't have to do that because guess what? He was so great, nobody cared what his kids were doing. That's greatness. You don't even care what my kids are up to.
I mean, this nigga's doing blow, fucking his teammate's ex-wife.
Nobody cares.
Nobody gave a damn if he beat the Knicks in a regular season game either.
Number two, and this is the thing. The only people I hear crying are the people saying LeBron's just being a dad, and I'm like, look, man, I'm gonna tell you one thing. This is what I say. If I told you there was a father who was talking up his son leading up to the draft and saying all type of outlandish shit that wasn't right, like inflating how good they were.
Shout out to LeBron.
That's all I'll go to. He did exactly
really good too.
And his sons were actually good.
They could play.
And what did we do to LeVar Ball? We killed LeVar. We laughed at LeVar Ball. Everybody was like, what a clown. And even though his sons weren't what his daddy said, they still were really good. 2 out of 3 of them were really good, right?
Even the third one.
This dude, shout out
to Jello. He's performing that Rolling Loud.
If he doesn't get in trouble at UCLA, he probably gets drafted.
Jello is better than Bronny.
He's not. Yes, he is, but that doesn't say much. That doesn't say
attack,
much. Right?
kill him, Jason. You heard him.
That's not an attack.
I'm not here to defend Bronny's.
Yes, you are.
Game. No, I'm not.
But the point is, the point is that LeVar set unrealistic expectations for his kids.
Right.
He got clowned, and his kids got targeted. It's Lonzo, especially LaMelo, not so much, but Lonzo got targeted by players. People were trying to prove how whack this kid is, going at him like that. Bronny, everyone's like, first of all, we got to handle him with kid gloves. Second of all, LeBron out here acting like he didn't create the situation, and when he stands up to, it's like, to me, it's like he lit his house on fire, then ran into the house and saved his son, and everyone's like, what a great dad. I'm like, he's the one that started the fire. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for what LeBron said. In the same way that if Lonzo was allowed to just be a basketball player, he probably still would have got drafted top 5. He would have been fine and everything, but he had a spotlight on him, not because of him. That's why I feel sorry for the players. He didn't do shit. I didn't do fucking shit. I just showed up and played basketball, which is what Bronny did. But his father started the fire. So I'm sorry. I don't think you get a blue ribbon for wrapping raw meat on your son, throwing him to the lions, and then coming into the lions den. Like, no, nigga, then don't throw him to the lions, and we wouldn't be here.
I mean, do you feel like? Go ahead, JuJu.
And remember whenever Bronny first got drafted, the whole world was like, oh my goodness, a first father-son duo. When he first checked in the game with his dad, the blogs went crazy. When he first scored his first points, the blogs went crazy. Don't get crazy whenever it goes a little negative. You benefit for all the praise, bro. A lot of they say cover him like a G League player, bro. No other G League player get his first points of the night. Put all Bronny scores against 3 defenders. If you're gonna benefit it from that way, then sometime we're gonna talk about you, bro. You did it when Marcus Jordan, not just doing crack in the goddamn all dives.
Not crack.
He's rich. Put that
He's
crack.
rich.
You feel me?
In the words of Whitney Houston, I'm rich. I don't do crack.
You feel me? When Joe Biden's son doing goddamn crack and eating syrup sandwiches, we talk about it. So, brother, I'm sorry.
But this is the thing.
Ever.
He's not doing crack
ever. No, but listen to me. You're one of the greatest players in the history of the game, brother. Your son is playing now. This is uncharted territory. Our ratings. This is a TV show, like I said in the chat, but this is a TV show like SpongeBob. We trying to get ratings. Of course, we're gonna trash this nigga if he doing bad. You put him up here. What's the problem? Don't run up on me.
That's my thing is that if he had just let me put it this way, I never heard Giannis talk about Thanasis or Kostas or Alex. I'm sure all them niggas got some form of nepotism that helped them in there, but like I never heard Giannis say Thanasis is better than half the niggas I see on League Pass. The moment he said that, that's when it's like, dog, you lit the fire, and now you can't be mad when it burns.
Let me ask this question: did he say that pre-cardiac arrest?
I don't know.
I don't give a fuck if he said it yesterday. You can't put
your
son out there like that.
Jason, the point is, cardiac arrest or not, there was never a point where people said Bronny's one of the best players.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying, I think, okay, this is my perspective. I agree actually with a lot of what you guys said, but I also believe, and Stephen A spoke to this, there is a familial aspect to it. There is I'm a dad and I'm going to act irrationally about my son aspect to that.
Yeah.
And I don't think, and I can't
he would have
the man
if I was Stephen A, he
for
had
acting like that.
If I was Stephen A, he'd have to punch me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think
go all the way. You gotta commit, Pop.
I don't think he really acted out of character.
Stuff, you gonna have to show me today, dog. Because
that'd be crazy if Stephen A. Smith was the first person to make him crash out like in public. Like this dude has played every moment technically in public.
Yeah, he done it perfectly.
Right. But the one nigga
they was supposed to be like, nigga, it's your fault. He was supposed to just tell him, like, bro, I get it. You a dad, but it's your fault. This is why your son in the league. This come with it, you know? You know what I mean? And I get Brian is right too. Brian is right for be like, man, don't be pulling my son. I get both sides. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. I get LeBron's side of pressing, bro. Like if I feel that way about my son, and I'm the king, and I've done all of this, and I'm treating everybody with the most super respect. If I feel like I want to get some shit off, he should be able to. It's 20 years, he never really got off on nobody.
But Jay, not during the game, and like not on.
But
the
that's
side.
why I brought up the Jordan shit, because why not, nigga?
I'm the
nigga.
Bro,
I'm the GOAT, nigga. I can do what the fuck I want.
The game is going on. Hollering after the game. Hollering in the tunnel.
But I did, Glasses. But I did. I did it.
Hey, Jason.
So now,
and that's on that.
Yeah, maybe if you had spent that time stretching,
it is everything else that's going to come.
When you walk across the stage, and you put that hat on, you're a professional now. That means the media can exactly. You a man, bro. I'm sorry, you getting paid millions to play basketball. Excuse me, pardon me, sir. I'm gonna talk about you if I'm seeing some shit on my show. If it's look, we talking about it right now. What the fuck going on? Like, so what's happening? It's entertainment, bro.
To me, it was everything. Like, you can hit me with the fatherhood, parenthood shit all the way up until that you put on that hat and you sign that. Once you get in here, nigga, it's full. It's open game. It's open season. We talk shit about everybody here. Like if it was just if he was with Bryce right now, I would be like, that's not cool. If he was in college right now, I would say that's not cool. But like the moment you get in here, now it's on. Now, this is part of it. And part of when you sign that contract, that guaranteed contract, that 4-year guarantee with millions of dollars, it is open season on us criticizing. And by the way, what do we criticize Bronny about? Do we talk about who's
basketball?
Dating?
Exactly.
Do we talk about him video game? We talk about basketball. Everything that all the players.
True. He got a special contract. He don't have to travel on the road with G League. Like, come on, bro. We got to
do the bus treatment. You a G League player. You ain't got to do the bus. You ain't got to do the days in.
Come on, bro. That's crazy as hell, bro. Will Smith's son, Will Smith's son put a house on their head. Get what we did? Flame this little ass, bro. Get the fuck out of here with that house head shit, bro. You're fair game.
But this is the thing though, Juju, about that. He's playing pretty good for where he was drafted as a G League player, as a
G League player.
As a G League player.
Okay, but not
and he plays garbage minutes in the NBA.
Like, he does not play garbage minutes because when he came to Philadelphia, his ass played a lot of minutes and got cooked for fucking 50. I don't understand that.
Jerv, it was still garbage though. It was still garbage though. Regardless when the minutes happen, it's garbage.
Right? The LeBron jump up and be like, whenever the crowd saying we want Bronny, the LeBron be like, nah, come on, y'all. It's my son. Calm the fuck down. Like, no, nigga. Don't run up on me, LeBron. Like, I promise to God, do not run up on me. I'm gonna kick fuck out your knee. Like,
but that was also the thing. Juju's like, the niggas know who to fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Niggas know, and that's what made the moment so funny and entertaining to me. Was like, you saw the reverse angle of Stephen A. and how shook he was because it was like, yeah, nigga, I know.
This gonna sound crazy, but I don't think Stephen A. was shook. I think he was a professional.
No, nigga, you look at his reaction.
His reaction like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I didn't
playing with Stephen A. money. He playing with Stephen A. money, so he got.
Stephen A. knew he had that. Stephen A. ain't signed that. He ain't signed that ink yet. He was
ink ain't dry.
The ink wasn't dry yet. Let that ink have been. If that ink was dry, Stephen A. might have had a little more. I don't more, you know what I'm saying? In it.
Yeah, I think LeBron is a 6'10" man staring at him, kind of like, oh, okay, this is a big old nigga. But I think what's funny is I thought Stephen A. was professional.
Yeah, he was.
He was. Bro.
No, for sure.
Hold on,
he's really professional.
Jerv, put CJ Clark's comment. He said, if anyone was criticizing y'all as fathers on national TV, y'all would want to check that. Okay, let me tell you right now. There's a difference between.
My bad.
But there's a difference between my child is like we minding our business and someone comes up versus again, if I created the situation. Again, we never talked about Thanasis. Everyone, we made jokes about Thanasis. They don't come up on TV, right? We made jokes about J.R. Smith, brother Chris Smith. Why is he here? It didn't come up on TV. There's no shortage of lesser family members who get in the league a lot of times because Big Bro want them around. He created this situation. He created a situation by saying his kid was bet. I'm watching League Pass. Oh, my kid is way better. Right?
Way better.
Like, he did that. Nobody had that expectation.
What game do y'all think he was watching?
Raptors Magic.
But he's supposed to say that about his kid.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
No, it had to be.
Not.
No. Hell no.
Hey, dog, I be saying my daughter read better than everybody in her class.
Jerv, hold on. Do you get on the internet where there are millions of people following you? And are you, by the way, also, are you a teacher? Like well, actually, you were a teacher, so. But if you were the best teacher ever, like if you were recognized as the greatest teacher the land had ever seen, and you say, my kid reads better than any kid, like you are inviting something that had you not said that, we would have never thought it.
But that's the thing. I mean, is that you're asking somebody in a familial situation to act rationally, and people do not act.
I'm not asking.
Rationally.
I'm not asking any different than what however many dozens of NBA players who have children or siblings who played in the league. None of them do it. He did it.
Right.
And that
was now.
That was tough to say.
I mean,
that
it's his
about
son.
the
You talking about brothers versus his son is a little bit different, though. You got to admit.
It's a thin line between son and teammate in this position. Like, this is the first uncharted territory, bro.
That's his
teammate.
That nigga said he's better than half the league. I was like, I wonder what the other half of the league that he thought they was better felt like.
Michael Thompson
cooking him every day over that shit.
So Michael Thompson was a former #1 overall pick, Laker legend, won a championship.
Shout out to Laker legend Michael Thompson.
Still works for the Lakers. Does radio color analyst, right? Has a radio show on ESPN LA, radio 700, right? 710 or whatever, right? Michael has a son who legitimately that nigga, right, in his prime. Michael, I would ask him on air, and he would be proud of his son, but he knew never to take it too far. He knew he not because he doesn't believe in Clay, and not because when the mics come off and the cameras come off, it's like, I don't need to give him any more bullseye than he already has. In the same way, you know the type, like the girl that be starting some shit and then be like, my man go kick your ass. You're like, whoa, what did I like?
And you not tripping when LeVar do it, because LeVar is not a professional athlete. He just some
shit. Don't let him tell it.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's not. He doesn't play in the NBA. So it's different if Dale Curry is coming out. My son finna destroy all of y'all. It's like they might target him. You know what I mean? So I mean, look, Bron did what he's supposed to do. Stephen A did what he's supposed to do. Either way,
that's my take. I think niggas did what they
but I think
Bron,
niggas played their role. I think Bron is gonna feel in the long run over this.
Bron need to run up on everybody. Then, is my opinion. Like, all right, cool. You got Stephen A. Check him off the list. Next, when you see Max Kellerman, go run up on him too, bro. Hell nah. Go get
run up on everybody
Chris
but
Broussard.
JuJu. Everybody but JuJu. JuJu gonna kick him in his kneecap, and the next thing you know, career's over. I'm trying to
assault. Exactly. The definition of assault is different out here. You run up on me, I feel assaulted. I can defend myself. So don't see you too big. I think you finna, nah. I saw you. I'm defending myself, LeBron. Don't play with me.
I saw you. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, let's go.
Rock with me.
Okay. All right. So let's get off of let's switch off of sports.
Love you, baby.
And this is a story that I didn't click on the link. It's Ramadan. I didn't need the temptations. So I'm gonna let y'all have it. This NYPD officer who apparently is losing her job because there's pictures of her on a stripper pole. Who wants to take the lead on this one?
I mean, she was in a music video. I don't really care. Like,
all right.
That's what y'all had. That man in South Carolina that died. I'm sorry, this is crazy. This is the only time in life I'm gonna do this, but I thought it was crazy. The man in South Carolina that got death penalty by firing squad.
What?
Nah,
I heard that
in 2025.
That happened Friday at 6 o'clock.
Was it his choice or like they like, this is how we doing it?
Oh shit!
Firing squad.
Nah, I know.
Look it up. Look it up, Joe. Firing squad. I said the man's name on Twitter. Firing squad in 2020.
RNS of the week. Real nigga of the week.
Right.
I was thinking like he got to be the hardest motherfucker in life. So the reason he was in jail was he murdered his ex's parents because she didn't want to get back with him. So that's why he was in jail for death penalty anyway, right? So he was like a wild, he got too emotional in the situation. And when it was time for him to choose, he chose firing squad. I'm like, how did y'all let him go through with that? They was like, you know what? We just, gonna let him choose how he want to go.
How about the dudes that shot him?
Yeah, them niggas cold.
I
wasn't even mad at you. You didn't even kill my friend. It was just Friday. Yeah. How much is that check?
You check in, you cash in, or whatever.
You get paid. Is it like an NBA referee where you just like, what's that payment look like? Is it just satisfaction?
Hey, Terrence, can we meet at 2:30? Oh, I can't. I gotta shoot that nigga.
Yeah, how do you get selected for the firing squad? Like,
they're in South Carolina, so
like
white people. How do you not know this?
3:30?
Like, is it like a jury selection? Like, is it like 30 niggas and then it like gets whittled down? Like,
they draw straws?
Yeah, like, you
just go get the claim.
Like a lot, like a lotto. Like everybody pick a number. They put a number in the basket and just like whoever gets the top 10, then y'all on the list.
I feel like I seen that on 24 or something.
It's crazy.
I feel like one of them niggas Jack Bauer caught.
Bro, you gotta be bro, to go out like you know what?
Yo, my boy Goder said it was 3 volunteers. To volunteer is even crazier.
You mad?
That's crazy.
Did they just get you lunch?
So they said, all right, man, we got to execute this. This dude want to die by firing squad. Who want to do it? And it's 3 niggas like, oh, Mr. Beasley, right here.
I found a news report. Do y'all actually want the real, or do y'all
let me the real?
Sure,
Let me the real.
Sure.
I want to know.
Hold on.
I want to know, like, how this.
But with all that being said, I do think cops should be able to shake a little ass if they're gonna shake some ass. Like in the music video, she probably knew, bro.
What she doing after when she off work? Who cares?
Exactly.
If she was on duty.
Right.
If her job was a stripper at the club and she came out in the officer uniform, that would be crazy. That's
right. That's
crazy.
All right, here we go.
Oh my God.
So Brad Sigmund chose this method of death, and NBC News can confirm that as of 6:08 p.m. this evening, the 67-year-old died by a firing squad of 3. Sigmund had the choice of electrocution, lethal injection, or firing squad, but this is what he wanted. A metal chair, a hood over his head, and a target over his heart. That is how South Carolina death row inmate Brad Sigmund chose to die. The 4th execution of its kind in 50 years. The 67-year-old was sentenced to death for killing his ex-girlfriend's parents with a baseball bat in 2002. Damn. Sigmund's lawyer says his client chose death by firing squad because it offers fewer unknowns than lethal injection.
He knows it's going to break his bones. He knows it's going to destroy his organs. But the alternative is potentially an excruciating 20-minute death.
Sigmund's execution carried out by 3 Department of Corrections volunteers, shooting live rounds of ammunition at his heart.
I want to make sure it's going to be carried out as professionally as possible. And they're pros, they've rehearsed.
Death by firing squad is legal in 4 other states, with Arizona now considering the same. In a U.S. Supreme Court application, Sigmund's defense says in South Carolina's last 3 lethal injections, inmates' deaths took more than 20 minutes, citing state autopsies showing prisoners' lungs filled with blood and fluid, akin to drowning.
A death by firing squad happens almost immediately. It doesn't mean it's not going to be painful, but lethal injection is absolutely painful.
The grandson of Sigmund's victims telling local media Sigmund took away the rock of their family. Sigmund's last words calling for an end to the death penalty. Zinclair Samoa, NBC News.
Bruh, I don't think we needed the nickname of the one called Gerald Bo King. Like, salute.
No, we didn't. We needed Bo. I need to know how Bo likes to be referred to. Also, is gas chamber not on the? I used to think lethal injection was supposed to not hurt. Gas chamber's out.
Amin.
Damn, man.
What was the other options? It was lethal injection. What was the other one?
Electric chair. Electric chair.
They still do electric chair?
I'm not trying to smell myself.
They offered him, but that hurt. I'd imagine.
What would y'all choose? And with those choices, what would y'all choose? Because fire squad, me like shit.
Yeah, I would say fire squad might have to be the one.
I was gonna say fire squad, and then the lady said it still hurts though. I'm like, oh, don't tell me that.
I think niggas.
How does she know it hurt?
Hey.
I think niggas got to bring back the medieval. If I had the choice,
say, ow.
Just give me the sword, like how they did in Shogun. Give me the sword
to
the back of the neck.
You're gonna die in 3 hours.
Yeah, no, you need that thing, the guillotine. That's the one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's the same shit.
Guillotine. You got to put your neck in there.
Yeah. Slice me straight, Marie Antoinette. Give me that.
It can't, because it can't be a dude with a thing. Because what if he miss?
Yeah, if he miss.
Oh, my bad, man. Let me do that again. Like
just give me the guillotine. Just put your head up in there and one time.
Is hanging the worst?
Oh, that's crazy.
Remember they used to do the hanging and they dropped the.
Well, it's supposed to break your neck, not just.
It's supposed to break your neck, and so that you lose this. But if it don't, now you just suffocating.
How are we Jerv on words we can't say?
We're getting close. We're
getting close. Yeah.
It's on the line. Glasses gonna always bring the topic that's gonna bring us right up on the board.
Bro, when I did the Breakfast Club last time, they gave me the PD gave me a list of shit I couldn't say.
Yeah, they know you. They like, yeah.
I want money because they thought I was gonna say. I said, I'm not gonna say none of these words.
Yeah, they said, nah, we don't trust you.
You gonna make a mistake. I'm like, I'm not gonna say one of these words, bro.
So when we had Gilbert Arenas come on the jump years and years ago, this is when Gilbert first retired. And so he doing the pre-production meeting, and they doing the same thing, Glasses. They say you can't say this. There's the whole meeting. So the meeting's supposed to be prepping Gilbert on like these are the topics. And they said Gil spent the whole meeting. Can I say this? Can I say this? Can I say this? And
I was doing the
like, nigga, no, you can't. No, you can't say that. So finally, he says, "Well, can I say douchebag?" And the producer actually knows it because he went to Arizona also. He was like, "Fine, man, you can say douchebag. Like, can we get on with it?" So you get on the show. Tell me why every single question Gilbert answered, he worked the word douchebag
back into it.
Now I'm not gonna be a douchebag about it. Like every single question.
Now douchebag list.
Habitual line stepper.
Douchebag 100 times.
Habitual. Gil is a habitual line stepper. I love that.
Hey, Jerv, that was Corrales. That was Corrales who's producing that.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Because he knows, because he was in Arizona too. Yeah.
I forgot he was the manager on that squad.
Yeah.
Speaking of habitual, can we talk about my boy Ant, man?
Oh, all right. I thought you were gonna say Dr. Umar.
No.
We can go to Ant. Yeah.
Talk about my boy Ant, man.
I wish Trey were here because I want to know, is there any like real business hit that he's taking?
Yeah.
Like it's without getting into the details, it's a lot of children out of wedlock and allegedly him not wanting to be involved in the live at least one. I don't know what the details are. I don't care what the details are. I want to know, does corporate America care?
No.
If it's like over here on the side.
No.
Well, you don't have any insight on this? I mean, if from your basketball, not like no.
I mean, we never had nobody like that. I don't know, man.
Right.
Like, I had a bunch of good dudes, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
Are we really thinking that one mother that had her camera out, whose son went to right over to the Ant, she had her camera out at the right moment when he went to go pick up the Ant Edwards sneakers? Do we really think that this one person?
No.
I'm saying like meaning like no one.
I'm with you, Jerv.
If the team sneaks still gonna be the Ant Edwards, they still going. Your kids still gonna have the Ant Edwards.
I'm gonna say this, Jerv. What that lady did was super corny. I wanted to say at the time in the chat, and then I got sidetracked. I forgot. It's super corny because basically this is how it happens. Baby, go ahead and try to pick those pink shoes over there. Get right over there. Oh, you're not going like that's exactly how that shit works. People need to stop being corny with their kids. If you want to be corny on your own, you could be corny on your own. If you want to do the I'm crying and then like hit pause and edit your shit, you can do that. But when you enlist your children to be corny, to be part of your corniness, to me that's the corniest shit ever, man.
Corny is genetics.
But this is my thing about it. I feel like whatever you and this actually kind of plays into my my theory if we get to the around the horn thing, how I feel about ESPN as well. But
corny?
Yeah, very much so. But if you don't lean into one side, it's kind of like if you like into politics and you know about the whole situation with Al Franken where he was touching the chick's boobs and then he like resigned or whatever because he was a Democrat. But it's like if he was Republican and kind of was just like, man, get the fuck out of here. Double down. Yeah, exactly. So
and I'll do it again.
Right. So if Anthony Edwards, he seems like a double down type of nigga. But
absolutely.
If he was a nigga that was like kind of just played this situation in the middle and didn't really speak about it or whatever, then it might make him look bad because he was trying to be like on the left or whatever type, if he was trying to be a LeBron.
He's trying to have an image, yeah. He's trying to portray an image that wasn't him.
But if he leans into like, man, I don't give a fuck, and this is the nigga I am.
He already said he don't want to be the face. He already don't want to be the face of the league, so he might as well just say fuck it.
But ain't no like the league. I hate that anyway. It's corny.
Yeah. What's up?
Ain't no real face of the fucking league, man. You either hooping or you not. The wildest people is good for the league. The straight up is down people can be good for the league. Man, just hoop, get busy.
Right.
All that face of the league. And listen, and fucked up. You get somebody pregnant, take care of your kid. That's wrong. Take care of your damn kid. I get it. You don't want a baby with her. You can't lay up and be knocking down things you don't want no babies with, because that's what's gonna happen. I get it. We all in this space where we like trying to make sin work and we just trying our best. Look, if you ain't trying to get somebody pregnant, don't sleep with them. You can't get mad later that she don't get no baby. Women, stop. You finna ruin some kid's life chasing the check. That check ain't gonna fix the problem. You finna make a way bigger problem. That baby gonna feel some kind of way that dad don't want nothing to do with it, and you brought that baby here knowing that baby dad told you he didn't want nothing to do with it. So it's a bad move, and the kid is gonna suffer the most. Like you Aunt Edward's kid and Aunt don't want nothing to do with you. And your mom don't know how to not market you as Aunt Edward's kid.
If you're Aunt Edward's kid and Aunt don't want nothing to do with you, you only have one option, which is to become the greatest basketball player ever.
Exactly. There we are. There we are.
That's your only option, kid.
Or bring his ass around in
and start robbing banks. It's wrong for Aunt to not raise a kid. It's wrong for the moms to, you see this man don't want to have no kid. Like, this is why this whole abortion, all this dumb stuff is just goofy. Like, you can't, you know what I mean? Stay away from that.
But hey, let me just chime in here real quick. I think that's right around the range where we
right.
That's right around the range. Right
but no, I want to say one thing before we wrap it up. Sorry, no, just let me just say this one thing.
Go ahead.
I remember Dennis Rodman's daughter is a basketball player, right?
Trinity Rodman, soccer player,
gold
medalist.
Right. And so it's kind of an example of this exact situation, right? Because wasn't he not in her life, and didn't they have like a whole little thing about that?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to bring that. We ain't gotta like get into that, but I was just saying like it can happen because it has happened.
Yeah, like Amin said, bro, your choice now, become the greatest basketball ever, and then watch he got them come around in college talking about some what's up, son? Got the new sneakers.
Or what's most likely to happen, he gonna end up being a screw up because he's gonna be sick.
Crash out.
Want nothing to do with him.
Like Marcus Jordan.
So it's like, you know, it's a tough situation. I listen. You screw up, raise your kid. Hopefully you got time, get it together, raise your kid. I get it. You don't want to do it. Just raise your kid, bro. Don't be one of them dads. That's just crappy. And lady, stop trapping men. Stop it. You grow up.
Okay. So all right. Do any of y'all listen to Doechii?
Not even a single note.
I've heard the songs. I mean, I don't listen.
I've never even heard. I've never even heard.
Doechii.
I finally heard the songs. She's dope.
Did y'all watch the clip? Do y'all
with the coochie out? That was Player.
I didn't see the clip. I didn't see the clip.
Yeah.
You know what? Somebody told me that some women like gay men. I thought that was crazy. I never thought that was true.
Bro, part of me.
Time out. Hey, just before we go down this path.
She just said she likes gay men.
I got you. Hey, just say before we go down this path, let's just all keep mindful, okay?
Yes.
I just want the clip to live.
Right. No.
Let's
try it. Let's try it.
Okay, Trey somewhere rolling over his damn chair.
Trey somewhere right there to throw his phone on it.
Yeah. I can't believe these niggas. I told them.
What are y'all doing? Let's not do this. Let's just not do this.
But let me just say one thing. Go ahead, me. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I want to set it up, right? As someone who does not know who she is. So they say, Jason would say, watch the link. So I watch it, and it's Hot Ones, but it ain't the Hot Ones that I grew up on with a black background and a small white guy, the small bald white guy asking questions, and then the other person answer. It's two girls talking to each other, and I was like, wait, which one is the host? Which one is? I don't even know who's who. And I'm like, and y'all want to call this Hot Ones? And then at the end of it, it's like, I'm like, what are we doing here, man?
We can't do that though. I mean, come on, we sounding old. That's her DJ, I think, right? Like,
is that popping?
Is that who that is? What's her DJ? Yeah. What's her name?
Look, don't put me in that spot. I'm just saying.
That's my boy.
Got it moving.
But the whole point, Juju, of Hot Ones, it's white guy whose name I don't know interviewing someone famous of some sort. Even if I'm familiar, I'm not familiar, whatever. The moment it's like, okay, number one. Number two, he's interviewing them. It's not why don't you guess? It's not like the newlywed game where we're flipping over signs. Because at that point, you're saying, I mean, not only If it had been, let's say, the white guy, what's his name? You said Sean.
Sean
Evans.
Then I would know who she is.
Right.
She's the other one.
Right.
But I'm watching this. I'm like, who's who?
Right.
And then I'm like, okay, well, watch the. No, but I'm just saying, I'm like, watch the clip. I mean, you'll figure it out. The person asking the questions is the host, and the person answering is the guest, who she is. But they're both having a conversation. I'm like, well, which one of y'all is who?
Don't you won a Grammy this year? She had a famous performance this year at the Grammys. We aging ourselves out right now.
No, then who is the other person? I'm asking who the other person is. That's my point.
She putting her homegirl on. It's like me. If they invite me to Hot Ones, they say I can sit with the host, or I can tell my homegirl and get her some shine too. Shit, that go, man.
JuJu, don't pick nobody. No, JuJu, you go there. You go sit with the host, man.
Hey, JuJu, man. I slide JuJu. Fuck it, let's go.
Exactly, me and Jerv on Hot Ones. So you ain't gonna tune in to me?
You ain't gonna tune me. You ain't gonna show us no love.
I'll be the first one to be like, wow, that's great that JuJu was on Hot Ones. Kind of wish he did it with the host though.
Who's that? Who's that other nigga?
Which one is JuJu?
Right.
What's funny is I don't be watching most clips. When I look at the topics of it, maybe like, yeah, I don't care. It's like, well, she said she doesn't. The red flag is if the man is straight. I'm like, whatever. I don't care. Next.
So I was just gonna say, because of my Uber driving experience, I've heard a lot of conversations. I hear a lot of conversations, and
that was a double entendre too.
I hear a lot of conversations. I'm in West Hollywood, and I pick up a lot of people in the LGBTQIA plus community. This is
all the letters.
Yeah, I gave you all of them.
That's crazy.
And I don't know how small the representation of this concept is, but this is a widely held kind of thought process, and I think it's a little bit borderline on some I don't want to say heterophobic, but it's like a lot of them do not fuck with the straight community. You know what I'm saying? And they be like really throwing a lot of shade at straight people, straight men.
Right across the line, just step right over it.
And I'm just saying it's a lot of, but because they've been obviously persecuted and they feel, disrespected in a lot of ways because of that. But I just want to say,
that the word Jerv heterophobic?
It is now.
But
I think generalization on both sides of the equation is janky. And that's the only point I wanted to make.
Is that a word that means heterophobic?
But that's
the YouTube buzzword.
I just dropped that. I just dropped that for you. That's
fire, dude. Heterophobia.
That's what's going on. That's what it feels like a little bit. I'm just saying. But yeah, I might get canceled before I even get out the gate. I love everybody. I gave them all the letters. Yeah, Trey's somewhere. Enough to chat.
I can't take a day off.
I'm sorry if that has to be clipped out.
Dr. Umar.
No, yes, exactly. Chris G pointed out, and I did steal it from Eminem. Eminem did say that. He said homophobic. Nah, y'all just heterophobic. Eminem did say that in the rap in like 2001.
So Dr. Umar says he's never had sex with a woman that wasn't of African.
You was trying, Jerv.
That book was so dusty.
And I like, we didn't even talk about the topic. It still ended up there. We didn't even talk about it. It's still just
we didn't even get to it, but yeah, whatever. I mean, shout out to all of that. And then also, not even part of that, Doechii just performed with Lauryn Hill last night. I didn't even know Lauryn Hill
showed up?
Yeah, showed up on stage.
All right.
That's what's up.
Shout out to Lauryn Hill.
So, I don't want to sound like a hater. Like, she did perform with Lauryn Hill last night. She got her bars off. Like,
I'm so proud of the homie, man. The homie discovered her, man. Moose, I remember Moose was a little kid, man. Moose was probably like 14. You know what I mean? And now he's an exec at TDE. He was always groomed for it. But man, like, you know, I'm so proud of Top and just the things that he created with TDE. But Moose, for that to be Moose Discovery, and it's a sister, she dark, you know what I mean? She just as crazy as she want to be, and it's working out for her. Like I'm just completely impressed with how they're working her. You know what I mean? And I listened to a couple songs. She could rap. She's like a star. Like they developed her. They really went artist and repertoire. You know what I mean?
But this is my thing too about that. Glasses. My question to you, like as somebody who, you know, hip hop aficionado, historian, like I do feel like she is getting a lot of praise, and even in the Lauryn Hill shit, she didn't do her own song. Like I feel like she don't really have no popular songs like that yet.
I mean, but that's the point, right? It's like she has some songs that went to the top 20 already. But the problem is, in this business, having a big record doesn't necessarily translate. Like I've had a big record, right? Certified was a huge record, but Tupac Must Die did more for my career as a brand. So it's brand versus product, right? It's like,
yeah, I mean, A$AP Rocky, I feel like, I mean, he got hits, but I'm just saying, like, the way that he
has
was
a hit.
promoted. No, he has multiple hits. I'm saying, what you said, one hit?
One hit. One hit. I
What's
like that, but I'm just saying.
What's his one hit? Which one is it?
Problems.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm saying is, it's like today, and I realize it's funny we saying this, and we can get out of the Jerv, we can get into the Jerv safe zone, but I noticed this today because of the internet. It's like we're in a place where brand is more important than product.
Right.
Like brand is everything. So like I watched them work at the conventional record way, where she had this big smash record. They got it all the way into the top 20. It's a double platinum record, right? But nobody knew who she was. And now you're watching them work her brand and take her brand to another level. And it's more rewarding for her. And it's going to be more beneficial for her as an artist, because she's able to go out and monetize her brand, which to me, they almost sacrifice themselves, because the record businesses are built on records. Thank God they're an entertainment company.
And that's what I'm saying. Deal. Like the record business is built on records, and I don't really know I mean, Nissan Altima, is that the song you're talking about that cracked the top 20? But that's
she got the one song. She got the ha 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 ha.
I'm gonna tell you the name.
But we don't really know. But I'm saying, like,
I've never heard that.
There's room to build into that, and it's good that they're building a brand.
This conversation proved we
what
are
it is.
of the world.
What it is. It's called What It Is. Block Boy. What It Is. It went 29 on the charts. Is on the verge of being double platinum, and then Kodak Black did the remix.
JuJu, this is the black version of the
conversation. Oh, I heard that song
the other day.
Yeah, this was a smash record. It was back. Yeah, it was a couple years ago. But the thing is,
what it is.
Me and dude used to talk about this all the time. It's like we used to always talk about it.
Like what was Jerv just singing right now? Was that Trillville?
He's thinking Trillville, Little Scrappy, BME.
No. But no, like to watch the work her brand. Like they're doing an incredible job. Like she's going to get a record. That's not going to be her problem. But to take an artist's brand, I've been streaming more and doing a lot more when I'm not putting out music to carry my brand out. Like brand is everything today. Like, and it shouldn't be, but it is. You know what I mean? Lululemon sell tights because they donate money. It's not because people care about the tights. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. So they killing it with her.
Yeah, and to the earlier point, I think the comment that's causing controversy is not only a viral moment.
Just for the record.
It's not only a viral moment, Glasses, but it's also in keeping with her brand. And because Trey was saying in the chat, we were talking about it, and I was saying I think it's going to make people fuck, like her fan base likes that ideology that she said. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to fuck with her harder because of that. Because that's what, all I was saying about me hearing people in the car is saying that's what people who like her and who listen to her, they agree with that. So it's not.
I don't know. You saying she's not even gay?
No, she's queer.
Sometimes.
Queer means you fuck
before
with
you
both
guys
sides
before you guys do a
maybe
deep
some
dive
other
into
sides.
that. Before you guys do a deep dive into that.
We're not diving.
I just wanted to know. Yeah.
We're not diving there. What the point is, I'm just saying, either way, it's all good. It's gonna work out for her because it's genuine. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna work for her because it is what it is. I'm not. See, I should have never. This is my first time turning the comments on, and immediately that's why I'm not.
But serious question: did niggas not know the difference between queer and gay before right now?
No, I don't believe none of those differences.
But I think what we should do is instead of probably breaking that down, I know you wanted to get to around the horn, so we can toss to that real quick instead of getting a breakdown.
I agree with
Trey
that.
is about
okay.
It's so pins and needles.
So I loved Around the Horn. Like I watched ESPN my whole life, like I'm sure all of us, and I love that that 2:00 hour. On the West Coast, Around the Horn, Around the Horn and PTI, like, man, that's been my everyday. I eat lunch to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like for years. So the fact that they're taking it off the air is janky, but it did start to die down significantly because partially a lot of the people was getting older. I mean, not a lot, but like Woody Page, Plashke, I think Bob Ryan retired, like people who are, grew up watching for the last 20 years. And then in addition to that, this is what I was saying about the ant thing, like ESPN, part of the reason why I think they've been getting whacked is they decided to play the middle in terms of like the quote unquote wokeness, right? Like they didn't lean into the Michael Smith and Jamel Hill and LeBatard and like the people, who were really starting to spearhead the channel. They was basically like, fuck y'all, we don't want to represent this ideology for our network. We want to play we're Disney, we want to play ball down the middle, whatever. Now they got Barstool, who's on the right, who's starting to get larger and larger. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, now they don't have an identity. And I feel like this show getting canceled is kind of emblematic of that because they couldn't bring up enough new talent to represent whatever the ESPN ideology is to be fired. All the new fire talent is on Barstool and in other places. So it's whack to see it going downhill, and Stephen A signing $100 million contract is also emblematic of all this shit because it's like, where's Stephen A really?
He's the greatest at it.
Man, Stephen, look.
It's brand, Jay. It's not, listen.
To me, that's a joke, Glasses. Like, to me, that's really a joke because that nigga can talk shit, but he's not really great at nothing, bro. He doesn't even watch. He don't even watch the games, nigga. He be talking about people on the wrong teams, bro. Like,
but people don't watch that for that, Jay. Like this is.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the downfall.
It's entertainment.
No,
the downfall of it.
It's not a down part. That you have to understand the business, right? The business that we in. Like these are certain things I had to realize, right? It's like people don't know how to they have no true. Most people don't understand basketball. Even most people that watch it don't really. I'm sure Amin could testify to this. They don't understand basketball. They don't care about the business of basketball. They don't care about nothing but their favorite player or their favorite team. So therefore, everybody's creating entertainment around entertainment. It's not like how we grew up, and you younger than me, Jerv is close, we might be the same age. We used to watch in like sports reporting. That's not what's going on. That's over. Because don't nobody care about sports.
But that's what I'm saying. I disagree with that, bro, because I listen to the Barstool shit. They got John Gruden over there. They got Fred Smoot over there. You know what I'm saying? And they have their people who are funny, like the Big Cats and the PFTs. Like they have cultivated a big following based off of the shit that you're talking about.
Yes,
saying it doesn't exist.
They're offering
humor and intelligence.
Yeah, but that's not
and packaging it together.
Yeah, but wit and entertainment is where ESPN is dedicated to. They're not.
But they're not. That's what I'm saying. They're not. They discarded LeBatard, who was that exact thing. That's what I'm trying to say.
Stephen A is better than LeBatard.
All right.
No, I know. I get it. You don't like him, but he don't like LeBron. He's really good at it.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't agree with that. Like
you don't like him.
I'm gonna say this.
I respect Stephen A, bro, but he's
really
good at entertainment, bro.
Using sports as a centerpiece.
So I think what Stephen A brings to the table is number one, like an unlimited desire to work.
Yes.
Unlimited desire to work. And that, like, people don't understand in this business how that put, like, my career was basically because I was a nigga was like, yeah, I'll do Sports Nation and then I'll get on a plane and fly to Miami and do Highly Questionable the next day. I was like, wait, weren't you in LA yesterday? I'm like, yeah, I got on a plane, I flew here and I did this. I flew red eye, right? And it blew people's mind, but like they couldn't understand. I was like, yo, if it's an opportunity, I'm gonna take it. Now Stephen A has it at the highest level where he's not just doing these shows.
And the man said he won't even got no family, dog. Like this man committed.
Yeah.
He is the perfect animal for that type of thing.
Number two, he has mastered how to say an opinion that's gonna make people react. Either people are gonna say hell yeah or hell no. They're never gonna say, eh. He's mastered the ability to say that even about games he hasn't even seen, Jason. That's part of it. It's not a bug, it's a feature, right? Like that's
I agree.
part of it.
I agree. Go ahead.
So now Around the Horn got canceled. In my mind, it wasn't because Woody Page and all these guys are getting older. It got canceled. My theory is because ESPN has decided we've got three types of programming. Number one is Sports Center. Okay. They'll never give up on that. Number two is Stephen A. Smith in some shape or form. Doesn't matter what the sport is. Doesn't matter what show it is. It's Stephen A. Smith. And people arguing
about all these damn sports, obviously.
Number three is athletes. Look around. More and more and more of the shows are athletes. And so when you have Around the Horn, one of two shows where it's like, yeah, we have no athletes here. ESPN's like, oh, what is this? I don't know what to think of this. They're never going to get rid of PTI because it is their highest rated show. So that one's safe. So Around the Horn, because you're not the best, you just kind of in the middle there. You're like, what am I going to do with this? I don't have Perk or, Swagoo or they
Dan
Orlovsky.
Yeah.
They don't know how. Watch all the shows. Get Up. Watch First Take. What the number of people who are non-athletes talking is very limited. It's Stephen A. or a host, a Molly, a Greenie, someone who's there just to get us from topic to topic.
There's a fourth one that they're starting to add into the mix, and that's also an interesting thing that's happening. There we go. ESPN's back.
Gambling.
Gambling is
if you talk gambling, you could be a non-athlete and talk gambling.
Yep.
Right. If you're a non-athlete, you better be learning how to host the show. And even that, like I see when Malika's out, guess who's hosting? It's Shanae or it's Richard, because they're trying to kill that shit too. They're trying to make it so. You
give credence. Forgive me, Amin, for cutting you off. You give credence to people that played the sports. It's really simple. They've traded really well speaking people for people who actually played the sport, and it looks like
not even
ability.
That's why the people who do it, people like Mina Kimes and shit, should be saluted because they actually take the craft so serious that they actually got the juice and the intel that a player would have.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's not even that people who play the sports are not Glasses. It's more fundamental than that. If pick a play, I'm watching Nuggets Thunder today. If Michael Porter Jr. retires and he walks onto an ESPN set, I want to do ESPN NBA stuff.
Keep Jonte away though.
They can keep Jonte away. Yeah, what Michael Porter do the gambling stuff? Like he walks in and people know who he is.
Yeah,
he doesn't have to be good. He doesn't have to be right. He doesn't have to be eloquent.
He's a brand. He's already a brand.
So they don't have to put in any work into. Hey, you need to know this. You need to listen to Mina Kimes because she knows her shit. Like Mina is like the last of a dying breed because that's done. They're not gonna build any more stars. You're going to be a star already when you walk in the door, and now we give Kai Cenat will have a what do you call it?
That was crazy.
ESPN show before
crazy.
Another Mina Kimes comes along.
Man, it's a dude. It's a dude that like I like boxing and basketball. I'm one of those people that don't believe you could watch everything and know all of this shit somewhere along.
Me too.
But it's a dude that watch boxing, and he's the goofiest dude in the world. All he does is make content around boxing. You could tell. Forgive me, he don't really know boxing. He sees boxing like a regular generic person that watches it to create content. They're using him in big ideas because he has a following. Like Amin is saying, he got to be right. They already have a brand, and you can connect it to sports.
But that's
so
let
me ask y'all this real quick. I'm sorry, just to build off of what, because JC, you gave me an idea.
Yeah. Does
Stephen A. Smith go to Kai Cenat's live stream before he pulls up at Gil's Arena? What happens first? Does he pull up the Gil's Arena first, or does he go to Kai Cenat's live stream?
Probably Kai.
I would say Kai. I would say Kai,
for sure.
because he's Gil's audience. Stephen A. already got them people.
Exactly.
It's the same people. It's the same people. Anyone who's like, I want to hear what Gilbert Arenas and Kenyon Martin, guys who played 20 years ago, had to say, they already tapped in with Stephen A. Smith. Kai Cenat is a complete different audience, and that's a young audience that's coming up. In a couple of years, the other ones are going to age out. You want this demographic coming up. I did something for Kai Cenat. He did the thing where he was playing with the little kids in a league and stuff. They did the whole. Yeah. I don't know if you know.
And Atlanta.
Come on.
Okay, so Kai Cenat had this whole thing where it's like a big announcement. He's gonna go pro or whatever, and then it turned out he's gonna go pro playing in a basketball league. Where everyone else is like 10 years old, and he's the only adult, right? And they built this whole thing where they had like news flashes and stuff. And so me and Lebitard taped like a fake debate about it where I was like, damn, what's going on? How is this? And everyone was like, why would you do that? And I said, I did it because I know that's going in front of a bunch of people who ain't never seen or heard of me or Lebitard or any of that shit. They don't know. That's where it's at. And again, or as everyone sits there like, why is Kai Cenat on here? Because ESPN is sitting there is like, how can we get the people that follow him to turn the show on and maybe say, ooh, this old black man with the bad hairline is pretty funny too, and want to be bought in on this shit. That's all this shit is. And so Around the Horn, what Around the Horn did better than anything, even if you go back to the beginning, even if you want to talk about Woody Page and Bob Ryan, all these cats, if you were from Boston, you might have known who Bob Ryan was. But if you were growing up in Arizona or Dallas or whatever, you didn't know. You never read no Bob Ryan. You didn't know who Bob Ryan was.
I don't know.
I didn't know who Tim Calishaw.
I didn't know. I love Tim Calishaw now.
I love it. I'm just saying. Before that show happened, I didn't know who Tim Calishaw was. I didn't know who Jay Mariotti was. I didn't know who Kevin Blackistone was. I didn't know any of these guys. The only people I knew Bob Ryan because I was a nerd and I'd be reading what he wrote about the Celtics, and I knew who Jay Adonde was because same thing for LA. But like any of these other like journalists, I didn't know who they were. What Around the Horn did was take people I didn't know and made them into stars. And ESPN is out of the business of creating stars. They're not going to Home Depot no more.
That's the record labels. That's all businesses. It's too much.
Yeah, true.
Trying to, and it's Jay, you don't have to like it. It sucks. You know what I mean? But again,
I don't, and that's all I'm saying. I don't like it across the board.
I just don't watch none of this shit though. But I don't listen to new music. Like the only new music I'm listening to is Big X the Plug. Like you're not forced to consume. See, this is the problem too. Like we feel like we're forced to consume the next thing to stay current. No, you just got to stay classic. You got to like the shit that's good and don't. Like I don't watch ESPN anymore. Shout out to ESPN. I don't watch that shit no more. I watch Stephen A. games time. You know what I mean? If he's saying some clip, I'm not tuning in because I'm not overly impressed. But I'm saying the fact that because content is available, you have to consume. Don't.
No, for sure. And that's the thing. Everything is going to get more personalized and individualized anyway with the streaming. Like the fact I was able to watch the Lakers game on HBO Max, like all this shit is going to be able to. You're not going to watch the channel no more. I'm not going to sit down and turn on ESPN and watch 3 different shows in a row anymore. That's not how it's I'm going to watch Court of Gold. I'm going to watch something else. I'm going to watch another little 30-minute here, hour there. And then
I don't even do all of that, man. I don't even do that, dog. Like, I'm not giving all my attention to all content. I'm not doing none of that. What I'm saying specific, I'm not dying to be entertained, even though it's all available. I remember I used to watch the Laker games as much as I watched the Laker game for Magic Johnson as a kid or Kareem or James Worthy. I watched it for Chick Hearns and Stu Lance.
Right.
You know what I mean? And now I don't need a new announcer. Sometimes I watch the thing with Michael Cooper.
Shout out to Stu.
Michael Cooper.
Stu still.
Yeah, Michael Cooper, Norm Nixon. You know what I mean? So to Amin's point, he's right. When Byron Scott do something, I'll be like, oh, let me check out Byron Scott. Like Like, I think we feel like we forced to consume something new versus just moving on. Like, nigga, I'll do something else. Like, if everybody dropping all this music, it's a bunch of people dropping music that ain't really necessarily good. There's some good stuff, but it's a lot of stuff because it's easy access. A lot of new people. So it's not good. It's like, you know, how do you? It's like when people ask me, what do I think of Blueface as a rapper when he first came out, and knowing like Tatiana is his 5th song. It's like that's like going to the park judging a kid as a basketball player and this is his 5th game. It's like I wouldn't even judge him. He's just figuring it out. But now that kid is on the biggest stage in the world because the song could work and everybody can gravitate to it. But most of the times, bro, I log out. I just don't care.
Yeah, I ain't watched First Take or Pat. I ain't never watched Pat McAfee show ever.
I ain't
never watched none of that shit.
Once Skip and Shannon split, I was done with it.
Yeah, I watch It Is What It Is.
I'll watch a full episode of Cam before I watch. I still to this day I don't think I've ever sat down and watched the entirety of a First Take episode. I watch the clips. Sometimes it'll be on. Like the other day, Stephen A was on. I was like, I wonder what he's gonna say.
Right.
Other than that, like I just don't have the time. I don't have the time. Like, is you telling me, hey, man, you got this amount of time? I'm gonna listen to some shit that
I be watching. Who's the Rules, the little homies, man. I be watching regular people.
I work with them.
On to a mean shit.
But that's why I'm saying like everything is getting more individualized. You know, like same thing. Like I never watched First Take. But I'll listen to Levitar. You know what I'm saying? I'll listen to 3 hours of them. You feel me? And I'll play the Barstool shit or whatever part of my take. Like, and I'll just get him. You know how I live. Like whatever I want to check in with. That's how it is.
A sport that's 1,000 games a week. No, I don't. I don't need that many people to keep up. There's games every day. Shit. You know what I mean? And then how many times? Shout out to Sports Center, but like they make the game seem like it's all slam dunks and steals. I mean,
I haven't watched Sports Center. If it wasn't on, like at the airport or whatever, I would never even look at that.
I can't tell you.
It's weird because
Sports Center.
Because even, and by the way, this isn't because I left ESPN. Even when I was at ESPN, I wasn't watching it. I
think this is a really good time. Again, perspective is king right now. Perspective, not even so much content, but perspective. Like I told my homie, like we could make a gangbanger network describing like global politics when it comes to war. Things that 2 people can relate to. It'd be just crazy to hear. Or like a bunch of street people talking about basketball, just talking like, you know, if long as you can connect it to for the average mind, it'll work. Like, you know, I would love to see some Crip nigga just barbecuing. He just making different barbecue. He's like, yeah, cuz the way I watch it. You know what I mean? I would love to see a Ku Klux Klan talk about black politics. You know what I mean?
All right.
There we go.
Wondering where it was good.
That's the sound of Trey jumping in. I gotta kill this shit right now.
Right there.
All right. Yo, shout out to everybody in the chat for joining in. Again, love having y'all. Love interactions. Shout out to JuJu, Jerv, Glasses, and Jason. Shout out to Trey somewhere having a heart attack. Patreon.com/CountTheDings. Tap in over there. Till next week, stay black, motherfuckers.
R.I.P. Angie Stone.
Oh, yeah.